Titans fans, a couple of wins, and all of a sudden, everything is good in Nashville. Like this video if you're fired up on the winning streak, and if you want Tennessee to win again in Week 5. Hit that like button, and let's get going on Titans Today. You're watching Titans Today by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham, here to break down Sunday's game a little bit further and look ahead a little bit to this next matchup as the Titans beat the Colts 24-17. And I don't want to call it a must-have game, but kind of a must-have game, if you will. This was a big win for Tennessee. You start 0-2, you get the big win last week, and you back that up with another one, and now back at 2-2 in a weak division. Really, really nice to get back to 500 and kind of move forward here. We obviously know Derrick Henry had a big game, and now the Titans can look forward to this next matchup. But there is some news that isn't great. Treylon Burks on Monday, it was announced that he has turf toe. Doesn't require surgery. We'll see if he's going to go on IR. Turf toe it's kind of like a hamstring injury. For some guys, you can play within a week or two. Other guys, it's more like a month. It really just depends how the foot reacts for Treylon Burks. But obviously, not ideal for a couple reasons. One, he's a rookie, and you want him to play as much as possible as he's a first-round pick, growing into this role as a reliable player. And two, let's be honest, this wide receiver depth chart isn't that great right now. You got Robert Woods, who's been okay, Westbrook McKinney. I like Kyle Phillips. He's kind of been up and down early on here. But Treylon Burks is a guy that you're leaning on if you are Tennessee, not only this year, but especially moving forward. So you don't want him missing so much time. Hopefully it's only a game or two, but we'll have to wait and see. How worried are you guys about Treylon Burks' injury? Scale it from 1 to 100, 1 being not worried at all, 100 being very worried. I'm not like terrified. I mean, like a 40. He's going to probably miss a game or two, so that's a bummer. So it's greater than 1. But let me know how concerned, how worried you guys are about the rookie wide receiver getting injured and possibly missing some time. All right, Week 4 takeaways. Todd Downing should be fired, according to producer Nick Roloff, who runs our Titans Today content here. And I can't really argue with him. The offense, especially the passing offense, it's just not clicking right now. This was the second half drive chart. A lot of 3-and-outs. 4 straight punts, with 3 of them being 3-and-outs. Another punt, and then, you're able to ice the game, I guess, so that's a positive. But the second half woes have certainly been there. 64-7 in the second half of this season. Ryan Tannehill, for the better part of a year now, just has not been able to be effective since Arthur Smith left for the Falcons head coaching job. So the offense has to get better. Todd Downing has not done a great job, in my opinion. It was nice to see Derrick Henry have a big game, but you got to be more balanced. You got to be able to close games out quicker when you have a chance to do so. Titans got away with it. They won, but I think there's a decent argument that they could fire their OC. The defensive line is stepping up. That's takeaway number 4, and it should. I mean, this is a group with good talent up front. For Tennessee. Now, obviously, they lost Harold Landry, one of their pass rushers earlier in the season, but these two players in particular have been playing at a very, very high level. As we look at the comparison here on Titans Today, Danico Autry, Rashad Weaver, a couple of sacks for Autry. Weaver had a sack as well. A lot of pressures. PFF grade for Autry was really good, over 91, or about a 70 for Rashad Weaver. 5 QB hits combined. This was nice to see, to get some pressure up front on this defensive line. And look at what they were able to do against Jonathan Taylor, arguably the best running back in the National Football League. 2 yards a carry. Yes, sir, that is shutdown city for Tennessee. That was really the difference in this game, is that the Titans were able to run the football and Indianapolis was not. Derrick Henry outran Jonathan Taylor, and a lot of that was due to the Titans' defensive front. So that was good to see. We knew this was going to be a battle of elite running backs, and the Titans were able to be on the better side of that battle. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's show. If you want to go bet on some football games or NBA games, as basketball is back, preseason action going on right now, college football as well, go to BetUS. Use our link below, chatsports.com/ChiefsBet, or /bet, chatsports.com/bet, promo code chat125 to get a 125% deposit bonus. All right, next takeaway here. Derrick Henry isn't slowing down. The rumors of him being washed are clearly exaggerated, as he was in peak form the other day. He's over 300 yards rushing through 4 games, averaging over 75 a game, so he's on pace for an easy 11 or 1,200 yards so far this season. You look at the touchdown leaders as well, tied for third there behind Jamal Williams, of all people, and Nick Chubb there, tied with Damian Harris with 3 on the season. And obviously with the passing game not being there, the weapons on the outside not being great, Treylon Burks being out, this team's going to rely on Derrick Henry. King Henry is going to be running the rock probably 20, 25 times a game. So that's going to be the focal point moving forward. Tannehill has got to find a way to be more effective in the passing game, but the good news is you still have one of, if not the best pure rushers in the NFL in Derrick Henry. So that's very nice to see him play at a nice level. Okay, is he the best Titans running back ever? For Tennessee? Is Derrick Henry the best running back in franchise history? Obviously, there's been a lot of good ones for Tennessee. You think of Chris Johnson. You think of who am I blanking on? Eddie George was a great one for this franchise back in the day. Earl Campbell, part of the Houston Oilers, so within this franchise as well. Best running back in Titans history, Derrick Henry. He's up there. Why for yes and for no? Let me know down in the comments. All right. Takeaway number 4, AFC South feels like a 2-team race. I wouldn't completely dismiss Indianapolis. They did beat the Chiefs a couple weeks ago, but right now it's Tennessee and Jacksonville who feel like the top teams. I think the bigger takeaway is this division stinks. So if you're Tennessee, you should be thinking, hey, this is our division once again. Let's go out there and take it. Now, you look at the comparison with Jacksonville. Jags are going to have an easier road, which makes sense because they had the worst record in the NFL last year, so they're going to have an easier strength of schedule to kind of go through than Tennessee will. Tennessee's got some tough games coming up. Jags have been better on offense and defense, quite frankly. But at the end of the day, the record is the record. And some of those numbers are inflated, too, for Tennessee. Like, they gave it, 41 points to Buffalo, so obviously the opposing points per game is going to be higher. But if you take that game out of it, it's a little bit different. PFF grade, Tennessee is is graded higher per PFF. And obviously these home and homes are going to be big. Tennessee hosts Jacksonville in Week 14, and then the final week of the season, Titans go to the Jags. Those 2 games could determine the division, so this will be something to monitor moving forward. We'll see if Indianapolis makes this a 3-team race. They're only a half game back, so it's not like they're out of the mix or anything, but it does feel like Jacksonville, Tennessee are the top 2 teams right now. Hopefully the Titans can emerge. They do have the veteran presence on this roster. We'll see if they're able to repeat as division champions. All right, hit that sub button. Keep that winning streak going. Subscribe to Titans Today. Let's keep the good mojo here around this football team that was looking bleak after 2 games, but sneak one out over the Raiders. You hold on against the Colts. All of a sudden, you're 2-2, and all is well. Hit that sub button and tighten up. We'll see you guys soon here on Titans Today.